Hello, I'm Mike McCulloch. So, as you may or may not know, the funder have asked me to, or a potential funder has asked me to try to derive the QI thrust equation for a capacitor from first principles. So, this is quite a challenge because in the derivation I used, I actually took a very bold step and I redefined Planck's constant as an energy multiplied by time, which is correct dimensionally, and I had good reason for doing it because I worked out the energy that was being input into the capacitor and the time it was staying in there, and then I worked out if you like, an effective H, or Planck's constant. But of course people don't like that because it's Planck's constant is supposed to be constant. So I've been trying to work out a better way to do it, and I may have done it, although I've still got a factor of pi in there, which is turning up for some reason. So what I do is I start with a Planck law, which when I edit this video should appear sort of up here somewhere, the Planck formula. And you may notice on the bottom of the formula, in the denominator, there's a factor e to the power hf over kt. So I thought, what if the temperature, the T, is not the quantum background temperature, whatever that is, and it's very small, but is the en route temperature instead, which is h bar times the acceleration divided by 2 pi ck. So I stuck it into the formula and I worked it through, and what I did was I worked out what change to Planck's constant do you need to mimic the effect of having a temperature in there. And I worked it out and I simplified it a little bit, and it turned out that I got the same answer that I had got by just assuming that h bar is the energy you put in multiplied by the time it stays in there. So this is encouraging. I'm happy about this, so I'm going to try to write down the whole derivation of the QI thrust from first principles. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed this short and it wasn't too mathematical, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.